can go to Sweden for £15. Well, that's one way, but £30 return from England to Sweden, that's something. Hello and welcome to my channel Adventumar. My name is Umar, and in this week's video I'm going to be talking about travel tips, flying safe. Maybe this is your first time, maybe it's not, but keep watching and you're going to learn some valuable stuff. I travel. Whilst I've been about, I've learned a lot of stuff that I think other people should know or be aware of. First thing you need to do before you travel is to make sure that you have your travel documents, unless you're swimming across borders or something. The second thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you leave with enough time to get to the airport, usually about an hour early or more, because there are so many things out there that are just totally out of your control. You might just go to the train station, casually waiting for your train, an announcement comes on, someone's jumped in front of a train at the station after, and now you're stuffed. You'd also want to check in online as early as the airline that you're traveling with allows you to, especially if you're traveling on a budget airline, which I tend to do a lot because I travel much, and yeah, budget airlines help. Budget airlines have a tendency to overbook themselves. I don't know how it works, but it happens. If you're using a budget airline, check in as early as possible to make sure you have a boarding pass, because once you have a boarding pass, you put yourself in a stronger position to get onto that flight, because the person at the airport cannot tell you that the flight's been overbooked, because then you can say, wait, hold up a minute, I already have a seat on the flight. Oh yes, it happens. People get bumped off flights. You would want to wear comfortable clothing, and by comfortable clothing I mean something that you are used to wearing and you feel comfortable in. Something ideally that gives you a bit of room, is a bit stretchy, a bit airy. I mean, if a clown costume is what you are comfortable in, then by all means fly in a clown costume. Kids may cry, but you are comfortable. Don't scare kids. Personally, I wear jogging bottoms, t-shirts, I carry a jumper which I'd either wear or wear once I get on the flight. Either way, I just wear comfortable clothes. For people who wear boots, hiking boots, mountain boots, knee-high boots, whatever other trend you may be going with, you may want to consider wearing easy slip-on shoes or trainers or sneakers if you're American, because you are going to be asked to take you off at security. And when you get on the flight, you might just want to take off your shoes and kick back and relax. And that's what the cool people do. You don't keep shoes on a flight. That's as lame as not wearing a seatbelt. Drive safe, y'all. When you go to clear security, you have to remove your tablet and laptops. And when you do that and place them down, make sure that you place the bag and all other stuff first, because then, well, basically put the valuables last through the security machine when you're clearing security, because then you would be at the other side before your stuff gets there. You'll have your bag ready to put your laptop into or your tablet into immediately without risking somebody else picking it up and walking off. From the moment you check in or clear security, you want to keep your boarding pass and your travel documents on you. Why? Because you're going to need them several times. You're going to need them to get through the security gate. You're going to need them to, well, you're going to need your boarding pass anyway for that. You need your boarding pass to buy things at duty free. You need your boarding pass and your passport to board onto the flight. The flight attendants are going to ask you to look at your boarding pass. And then you would also need the information on your boarding pass and your passport to fill out the landing card to land into the new region or new country. Which brings me to the next point. Make sure you have a pen. And many people forget to pack them, then end up looking around the plane. Excuse me. Can I use your pen after you? Onboard entertainment. You can carry a book if you want to, but I like to pack light. So I would rather pack a phone, a tablet, or any other variation of an electronic device that you are not allowed to use during takeoff and landing, because it may just blow up the Boeing 475893. For comfort, you would want to take things like neck pillows. For some people, it's essential to have earplugs, motion sickness tablets, which they swallow about 2 hours before the flight, and hand sanitizers too, because when you're about to eat, you know, easier, all that stuff. If you're on a long haul flight and you need a blanket and all the rest of it, you'll usually be provided with all that stuff. I'd also recommend that you stay hydrated before, during and after your flight, because staying hydrated means you're less likely to get aches, fatigue and cramps. Stay hydrated. When you're packing, if you're going to have any check-in luggage being the luggage that you check in at the desk when you get to the airport, they take it away, you get on a flight, you get to the other side and you got to wait around in a belt to collect it. then carry-on luggage is the luggage that you actually carry on onto the flight. For some of you that may be obvious, but some people have never flown before, so hey, be patient, okay? This video is for everybody. Anyway, when you're packing, if you're gonna pack any checked-in luggage, you wanna make sure that you keep all your valuables out of there and inside your carry-on luggage, because then you're less likely to lose them or have them damaged. With the checked-in luggage also, most people have similar looking bags, so you want to do something that makes your bag stand out to you, so that you can spot it on the belt amidst the 200 people that have just gotten off the flight and know that's my bag. Because otherwise an old lady might carry a bag and literally start walking off with it, speaking from experience. Remove all the things that you think you're going to need during the flight before you put your carry-on luggage away. Because then otherwise you're going to have to keep getting up and annoying everybody that's sitting around you because you're trying to get into the overhead locker to get things that you could have got before. This is something that just grinds my gears. Oh, Peter Griffin reference. Anyway, so if you know that you have a weak bladder or you are just incapable of holding your wee for any prolonged period of time, do not sit on a window seat. You would irritate everybody else that's sitting around you because they are constantly having to wake up so that you can go to the toilet for the 4th time in the last hour. Liquids, gels and drinks, pack them in a clear Ziploc bag similar to this one. Ziploc, because then you avoid spillages getting all over your stuff and now your whole bag is a mess and everything needs a wash and your electronics may or may not be working, which would be pretty crap. You also want the contents to be 100 milliliters or less. That's 3.4 ounces if you're from the US, or 3.5 ounces measuring by the imperial unit, just 3.4 ounces to be on the safer side basically. You want to put these liquids, gels, drinks, whatever else by the zip opening of your bag, because then it's easier to pick them out without holding up the queue and you can then clear security a lot quicker. When you're waiting at the boarding gate, make sure you keep your eyes on the information screens, because sometimes the boarding time and or the boarding gate itself may change. Sometimes the boarding gates can change so much so that they change to a totally different terminal, which may be 30 minutes away. So if you weren't keeping your eyes on the information screen, now you may have 20 minutes to get to a 30-minute destination. If you were like me, you could just be like, oh crap, I've got 20 minutes to make a 30-minute journey. Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me, coming through. When you are at the boarding gate at the right time, at the correct boarding gate, once the boarding commences, there is absolutely no need to rush to get in a seat that's a lot more uncomfortable than the seat you already are in. Why are you in a rush to sacrifice the legroom that you have? It confuses me. Whether or not you're first or last on that flight, your seat is allocated. You are gonna get to sit on that flight, on the same bloody seat. Why are you rushing? Chill. Well, unless you have carry-on luggage that needs to go in the overhead locker and you want to make sure that you get that space and not have to check it in because there is no space. But if you do not, if you just have a rucksack or a handbag or something small that can go under the seat in front of you, I do not understand. I could not come round to fathom why you are rushing. Another big tip, if you have any dietary requirements, check them out when you're checking in online. If you eat halal, kosher, you're calorie counting, you're allergic to something, whatever else it may be, check it out beforehand, let the airline know. Finally, you'd want to take petty cash in your own currency for paying 5 times the cost of things after you clear customs, because for some reason after you get past security a bottle of water costs £5 instead of £1 and a pack of Haribos costs £4.50 instead of £1.20. But also when you get to your destination, if you have some petty cash in that currency, you can then get on a train, pay for a shuttle, a taxi, pay some tips, and you have some money for any emergencies that may arise. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has helped in making you a more efficient traveller, or will help in making you a more efficient traveller. Please feel free to like this video. Actually no, don't feel free, just like this video if you liked it. Then drop a comment if you have a question or something you feel you have to say. My name is Umar, this has been adventumar, and tune in next week for my next video. Peace out.